Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Matt Jarbo here. Currently out doing my deliveries, making that change, making that cheddar, trying to feed and support my family. While also enjoying a nice tropical cherry sparkling drink. Tasty. That being said, I do want to complain about something today. Now, I've been talking about being a driver during COVID-19 and all this stuff. And it's taking its toll on a lot of people. I talk with a lot of just average citizens, whether they're restaurant workers, fast food workers, or they're people in the general public that are currently now trying to figure out ways to live with this particular situation. And they're trying to look to the government, to the local leaders as a form of, they want to feel like they're being looked after. They need to look at them and feel reassured that life is going to continue moving forward. But the thing is we need to actually really take this stay in place edict as being something serious. And I've talked about this before, how I talked to a nurse the other day, and that nurse was telling me that no one is going to take this seriously until it happens to them or their friends. And the truth of the matter is, when it comes to the right wingers, this is what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of this because this morning I wake up and I look on Twitter, and what's the number one trending topic? Hashtag reopen America. Reopen America. Donald Trump, he's out there saying that too. We can't let the cure be worse than the disease, which is a line he took from a Fox News opinion host, right? Like, none of that matters. It doesn't matter. He's like, he keeps saying it. He's trying to put that into the public consciousness to get people on his side for reopening the government, because the Dow keeps getting hit. Now it gets hit, it bounces back. It gets hit, it bounces back. But the truth of the matter is, we're still in a bad place. And it ain't going to get any better anytime soon. It just ain't. Which is why we as a country need to look to our elected leaders to work together to figure out a solution to take care of America. This is their damn job. And I feel both sides are being a little bit on like the side, okay? And I'm a left-leaning individual who's not a fan of Donald Trump. And that bill that the Democrats blocked was terrible. It's good that they blocked it because the bill was terrible. But then they came back with another bill that was not also good. So they got to stop trying to put crap into these bills that don't need to be into these bills. But what we also need to do right now is hold their feet to the fire over that one. But calling, and this is like right-wingers I'm seeing on Twitter that are out there saying like, we need to reopen America. I would rather die than live in isolation. I'd rather die free. Because it's some patriotic bullshit. This isn't patriotic bullshit. This is you being an asshole. Because you're tired of sitting at home. I get it, man. The rest of us are too. The rest of us are too. People are like, there's an app that companies are hiring, service people are paying for, that basically turn the webcam on employees' computers, and it's always on, and it takes a snapshot every 5 minutes to make sure that they're working, right? That kind of weird 1984 authoritarian type nonsense is what we're seeing in reality right now. And that is something that I find to be deeply problematic. But when I see this trending hashtag, and I'm reading through this trending hashtag, and you have all these magapeds with their stupid profiles that are just full of nothing but hashtags praising Donald Trump as if he's the best thing since a blowjob, it's just as stupid as crap. They're out there saying we need to reopen America, get people back to work. Yeah, which I'm not against, but we also need to make sure that we flatten the curve. Just because Italy and China are having some successes on that front doesn't mean that we have moved away from any of that. We're still not even going to see the worst of it yet. Because I understand that some of the media, and this would be definitely MSNBC and CNN 100%. I think MSNBC had a death count toll. From what I was reading this morning, it was just insane. On the screen, it was live death counts of COVID-19. You're like, dude, come on, man. What the hell? That doesn't reassure anybody. It just creates more fear. And that fear then creates idiotic individuals that are not informed or ill-informed about what's going on. And then they say, well, we just got to reopen America, folks. We just got to reopen America. If we can reopen America, everything will be fine. You're literally saying, this is literally from the governor of Texas. We need to reopen everything. don't worry, like young people will survive this and the elderly will make do. We don't need anyone looking after us. Like, dude, you run a large ass state, like outside of Alaska, the largest state in the continental United States. Not with the most people, but the largest landmass, and you're literally condemning the elderly to die. You are condemning the elderly to die. You don't, we can self-isolate. I mean, like, dude, do you not understand how like supply chains work? They go from a factory, they get on a truck, they go out to a processing center, they get on another truck, they go out to the locations, and I'm simplifying everything 100%. But it's like it goes through a chain of people that that you want to be healthy. But if one person gets sick and one person coughs on a box and that goes into, that gets on a nurse or something, this stuff can live on clothes for like days, right? It can live on doorknobs and surfaces for days. It's in part airborne. I mean, like, this gets into a retirement facility and you've just killed that retirement facility. In theory, you've killed that retirement facility. So again, this whole nonsense, this whole situation is just absolutely bonkers and dumb. To call for the reopening of America 1 week into this quarantine situation is literally the most selfish, cowardly act I have seen coming out of a lot of chuckle fucks on the right. And I mean this literally. I mean this. It is selfish. It is cowardly that you are so desperate to try to win internet points or try to get people back to work because you want life to return to normal because you're for some reason uncomfortable like the rest of us are uncomfortable, but you want to put everyone else at risk because you want to feel like America again, like you'd rather die a patriot. This is not something to get, this is so stupid. This is so fucking stupid to get mad. Like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb to demand that of the government, to demand that of the individual states, to put more people at risk, to potentially kill millions of people, or to put them in very terrible situations that are only going to further detriment the economy because they're too sick to work. That means the process is shut down, right? Right now, they're delayed, and it's unfortunate. But if you get everyone sick, then everything shuts down, and it doesn't get any better. We have to flatten the curve. That's what they keep saying, flattening the curve, because then that can lead to then fewer people getting exposed, fewer people getting sick, and then getting a handle on this thing. You have to let science work. I saw somebody today, I forget, like someone on Twitter was all like, let God take the wheel. Fuck that. Have your faith, have your spirituality, but I don't want, if God, like, wouldn't God have taken the wheel by providing us with this virus? I mean, I'm just saying, it's kind of dumb. It's so dumb at this point. It's so selfish to call for the reopening of America right now, right? I want people to work. I want people to survive. I want people to thrive. I want people to get past this. I want people to be able to live their lives 100%. All right, I do. I want the same for me. I want the same for you. I'm out here every day risking my own infection to bring people food because it's essential, because not everyone is going to have the means to get out. And if somebody is, let's say, sick and they're isolated, I leave the food at their door. There's a no contact delivery. So I make sure that they can still eat and that there's like, no contact, no transmission. I've got like my hand sanitizer right here, and I've got wet wipes and Clorox wipes and everything else I need to make sure that I am covered and that they're covered, because that's how you stop this thing. But it's an essential service. We have to eat to live, right? But just because you want fucking Starbucks open, or you're upset that your favorite dine-in restaurant isn't open and you can't get your chicken parm the way you like it, that you want to put everyone else in danger. It's such a ridiculous thing to do. It's irresponsible. It is dangerous. It is selfish. It is cowardly. It's anti-American, anti-patriotic. The patriotic thing to do at this point in time is to try to save as many lives as humanly possible, you fucking assholes. It's trying to save as many lives as humanly possible by staying at home and not getting sick and working together to make sure that other people don't get sick. I get it. You want to get out of your house, go for a walk. You can go for a walk. This isn't the happening where like the trees are going to somehow make you want to kill yourself. That's not what's going on here. No matter how much you want to think that really crappy 2008 M. Night Shyamalan movie is really happening, it's not. Stop being a selfish twat and actually pay the F attention to what's going on, and stop just trying to score cool kid points on the internet because you're like, let's just reopen America because that's what we need to do. No, We need to make sure that the proper people are quarantined, that the proper people are looked after. We need to make sure that our medical professionals have the supplies they need in order to be able to survive. Thankfully, that is something that does appear to be happening. But in the meantime, the rest of us need to sit put. And I know that bothers you. You don't want to sit put because you think that is somehow imprisonment or that is somehow anti-freedom or somehow anti-American. But in times like this, you need to make those hard sacrifices in order to make sure that what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And if you are unwilling to do that, I have no sympathy for you if you get sick. Because you're not doing anything to try to prevent it from anybody else. Because it hasn't happened to you. But the moment it happens to you, the moment it happens to these whiny chuckle fucks on Twitter, these right-wing chuckle fucks on Twitter, the moment it happens to them, they're going to go out there and say like, oh, woe is me, coronavirus. Oh, how did I get it? I don't even know. I'm so sick. Oh, my God. And they're going to want sympathy and they're going to want whatever. When it wouldn't probably have happened if they just would have stayed the fuck at home and not been selfish little bitches, because that's what they are in this particular point. Selfish little bitches. I'm sorry. I have no respect for anyone right now who cowardly calls for the reopening of America because you're afraid of your stock portfolio is going to get dinged a little bit. All right. People are sick. People are dying, not just here, but the world over. We have to work together globally. Think, what is it? In the Army Now. Right, Pauly Shore, mid-90s, great. You know, it's all like, think globally, act locally. That line is perfect for the situation because if you think globally and you act locally, you can save lives. Be more like Smokey the Bear and not a bitch like Yogi. Anyway, that's all I want to say about that. I'm so tired of these people. They're just assholes. And all they want to do is just like whine and cry and complain because they're not getting what they want. And they would rather put people's lives at risk over the situation because they want life to return to normal. Hey, guess what, assholes? So do the rest of us. But we understand the situation we're in right now. We understand the predicament we're in right now. And to call for the reopening of America a week after the shit when it has been going on, when it's nowhere near under control, is the stupidest thing you could possibly do. It is just, it's so cowardly. And it's so selfish and it's so blatant that more people need to call you all the fuck out for it 100%. Anyway, I will talk to you later. I'm going to go back to doing my public duty and trying to help people get food who may not be otherwise able to get it. So have a good one, everyone. Be sure to like the video if you want. Don't really care. And I'll probably be live tonight for another episode of Quarantined, talking with you guys, taking your calls, everything else. All right, have a good one and peace out.